I joined the Air Force in 1940. I became a fighter pilot on Spitfires and didn't leave the Air Force until 1974. My first tour was from Biggin Hill. I was in the Battle of Britain, and I was only 19 when I shot my first enemy aircraft down. My second tour of operations was the Siege of Malta in 1942. Malta was the most bombed place on earth. It was strategically important for both ourselves and the Axis power. Ourselves because we held that vital island in the middle of the Mediterranean for all our transit through to Egypt and further on. For the Axis, of course, that was important because we were stopping them supplying Rommel in the desert. We went out on a carrier. One chap didn't get airborne by the time he reached the bow and fell off. And the ship went over him, of course. Now, when you're sitting there watching this ahead of you, you think, oh my God, I've got to go through this. There was a little island en route called Pantelleria, and there was a Messerschmitt squadron. Now, we couldn't afford to get into dogfighting and combat. Otherwise, you never ever get to Malta. You just didn't have the fuel. We crept past Pantelleria without getting them up to engage with us. So when we got to Malta, of course, you were in trouble because there was a raid on. I remember trying to come in the first time. I had wheels and flaps down, and a Messerschmitt started to come on my tail, so I couldn't land. And then the next turn round, I managed to get into the aerodrome. Welcome to Malta. Life was quite hectic in Malta because there was no food, but you flew whether you were starving or otherwise. Life of a fighter pilot in Malta was given us 15 minutes. At the height of the fight, we were scrambled 4 times a day. They pushed everything into that theatre to try and finish us. We were a real thorn in their side, and we had to be wiped out, which they didn't do, fortunately. I still love the RAF, it's part of me. It's a big family, and of course the RAF Benevolent Fund, which is the heart of the RAF now, is there to look after anybody that's in the need. And it's nice to know.